I feel like on Wayne's World, when Wayne leaves the set and then Garth's the only one, it's just, I'm having a good time. Not. Hey everyone, welcome to the very first podcast of the Social Geek Scene. My name is Sam.
And I'm Jeremiah.
And you might be wondering, what is the Social Geek Scene?
What is it?
It's a new project that we just started. You know, we're big fans of the comic book, sci-fi genre in movies, TVs, board games, things like that. We're always having conversations about this stuff with our friends.
So many.
You know, it's kind of ingrained in our culture now. I mean, you can't really go anywhere without seeing this stuff. And so
it's really the golden age of the geek universe right now.
It is. Geeks used to be
everywhere.
They used to be the minority.
Yeah.
But
we're taking over the world.
Geeks are just taking over. Please beware.
Lock your doors.
Lock your doors. But so the big thing is we're always having conversations about this stuff, and we wanted to bring that conversation to all of you. So we started the Social Geek Scene. It's brand new. We're excited for what's to come, and you know, we have a few things up and running right now on social media.
That's right. So what is the Social Geek Scene? Basically, we are just going to be a voice in the geek culture. We want to be a resource for all the geek things, and we just want to be a positive place for sharing ideas. We want to share ideas with you and get your thoughts and hear those thoughts. We're also on social media because we are the Social Geek Scene. So we have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook for just bite-sized little chunks of information.
We do.
Updates. We'll be sharing them. Sharing them? Sharing those. And then we're on YouTube, and that's where we'll be putting our podcasts, as well as our website where you can go deeper and hear these podcasts. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope you come along. We're also brand new, so we're looking for new recruits. We want to...
we want to expand the Social Geek Scene.
We want to expand it. We want to... we need you to help us take over the world. So if you have any superpowers, like if you like posting pictures on Instagram, if you like editing photos, taking photos, anything like that.
If you're a blogger and you like just sharing your ideas about a review for a movie or a TV show, anything like that.
Yeah, we're looking for new recruits. We're gonna kind of make our own Avengers Assemble, if you will.
Little shield recruiting.
Yeah, little shield recruiting. That's what we're gonna do. So I think that wraps up what is the Social Geek Scene. So let's get started with the very first podcast. What do you say, Sam?
Let's do it. The first big thing I want to talk about that came out just a couple of weeks ago was the new Captain America Civil War trailer, specifically the introduction of Spider-Man into the MCU.
Oh my goodness.
I have to be honest. As soon as I saw that, I got the biggest grin on my face.
Oh my goodness.
I was at work. People probably like, what is he looking at? What a moron.
I didn't know they were going to show Spider-Man in the trailer. It was a total surprise to me.
Well, I think we were all hoping. This was the second trailer that came out, but I want to talk a little bit about Spider-Man here. I know some people had a little bit of issue with this costume. Like they thought it may have been a little CGI.
Yeah.
But if you actually zoom in and look closely, it's an actual suit. It's not CGI. I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit of effects added to it, but I think it looks great.
There's a lot of texture. I love the lines. I love the eyes.
Oh yeah,
the eyes move. What?
I think there might be a little bit of a mechanism for the eyes.
It sounds kind of like if you can actually hear a little sound, and it kind of sounds like a camera lens. Is that a little ode to Peter Parker's camera abilities? I don't know.
I think it might be Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I think he may have had a hand in helping make his suit. But let's just... As soon as Spider-Man took the shield from Captain America, what better way to introduce him into the MCU?
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's not forget about probably the most important popular character in the Marvel Universe.
And the pivotal point in the in the Civil War storyline is Spider-Man,
Right.
and whose side is he going to be on, kind of thing.
Right. Now, the movie is probably taking, I think we all know this, that a little bit of a different take than the comics.
As they always do.
And so it's going to be interesting. I really like the Russo brothers. I think they did a great job with Winter Soldier, and I think they're going to do an excellent job with Civil War. So I'm excited to see Spider-Man on the big screen. It's going to be great.
Can't wait. Is he going to keep the shield, do you think? Do you think that's going to be a new
I don't think he's going to
accessory?
play a little keep away from Cap.
That comes out May 6th.
May 6th. Can't come soon enough.
Mm-hmm. Also in big trailer news.
Oh, yeah, that came out this week. X-Men Apocalypse trailer, full length.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a big fan of the prequel X-Men movies with James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence. Great actors, a great take on the X-Men characters. Now, I think this is the end of a trilogy. Mm-hmm. That's what I've heard, that they're going to be done. But I think with Apocalypse being a bad guy, I don't think we've seen a bad guy like this, or a villain in the X-Men universe on screen that can cause so much destruction. I know we had the Dark Phoenix character in X-Men: The Last Stand, very powerful, but I think this takes it to a whole nother level. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks just absolutely huge and epic, and they're really going all out on this X-Men Apocalypse. It really feels apocalyptic,
the end of the world,
epic and crazy.
It seems to be a trend with all these superhero movies coming out: complete and utter destruction
of everything.
I don't know if that's how you make money now. You just make it look as big as possible. But I'm looking forward to the movie. I think it's going to be great. I think it's probably going to be the biggest X-Men movie that we've seen to date. Huge cast, big villain. I think I'm really looking forward to it. And that comes out May 27th, this summer.
So soon.
Beginning of the big summer blockbuster season. So it's going to be great.
It's going to be epic. Also, in other epic news, there's so much epic news. That's why we did this podcast. It's the Social Geek Scene. Geeks are taking over, man. It's going to be awesome.
I love talking about it. Daredevil Season 2 just came out. It's now streaming live on Netflix.
Some of you may have raised your hand if you've already binge watched all of it. My hand's not up. I haven't watched all of it.
I think we're trying to watch it with all of our friends, kind of make a special event out of it on this Sunday night. But if you have binge watched it, I would say slow down there, slugger. I mean, let's savor. It's only 10 episodes or 13 episodes. It's a short season. Yeah. Let's savor the moment.
Yeah, just you gotta like enjoy it. You gotta take your time. You gotta
savor it. I loved season 1 of Daredevil.
Yes.
Great origin story into the character. Something we haven't seen.
It felt so different, kind of watching an origin story unfold in a series instead of just in an hour movie.
Right.
Which I thought that was a very, very cool way to do that.
I think Marvel did a great job working with Netflix on these projects, and just they're not doing these full 24 episode seasons, but they're giving us, it's like a mini series. They're giving us enough that explains the backstory, gives it a good story arc, and it's been working. I think they've done a great job with it.
It's been working very well.
Yeah. So season 2 just came out. A lot of new things are coming with that. They're introducing the Punisher and Elektra. Now, we've seen the Punisher on screen before and Elektra with Jennifer Gardner. But these are definitely fresh takes on the character from what I've seen from the trailers.
And we definitely needed fresh takes on these characters.
Right. And how they fit within the Marvel universe. Because all these characters exist within the same world, whether it's the movies or the TV shows with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they all exist together. So it's great to see their take on it. I know with Netflix and the Daredevil show, it's a lot more of a grounded, lot more realism. I feel like that we can relate to. So it looks a lot darker,
a lot grittier.
It
looks like the stakes have been raised a lot higher.
Oh yeah.
They're also introducing the Hand, which is like some sort of secret assassin craziness.
I need to do a little bit of research
Yeah.
on the Hand. I don't know too much, but I love the Kingpin in season 1.
Mhm.
So I think they're just trying to take it to a whole nother level with season 2, raise the stakes.
Yeah. I want to talk about Punisher for a second.
Okay.
Because I'm just super stoked for Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to bring just a crazy element of darkness to this new dark world and make it even darker and make Daredevil's life,
If that's even possible.
make it even crazier, make it even harder, because he's a brand new superhero
Mm-hmm.
and he's out there fighting crime and trying to figure it out.
Is he a hero or anti-hero? Anti-hero. Either way, we love him.
So here comes Punisher, and he's just messing up Daredevil's world, and in a big way. And because there's little shots of Daredevil being chained up
Mm-hmm. That's not a spoiler. That's in the trailer,
Yeah.
so we're not ruining anything for
by
you.
Punisher, and it's just I don't even know what to think. But I think there's going to be so much tension there, and I think it's going to really amp up the story and take it up a few
I
notches.
love the line from the trailer that came out where Punisher says to Daredevil, "You're a half measure.
Yes.
You hit villains, they get back up. I hit them, they stay down." I mean, he's just saying you're not good enough to end the crime, the evil that's taking place. And it's just making, I think, Matt Murdock question a lot of things. Like, is what he's doing working? Is it enough? And so I think we're going to be seeing a lot of those questions in season 2 being answered.
Yep. And season 2 is now streaming on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Go check it out. If you haven't seen season 1 of Daredevil or Jessica Jones, also in the same universe, check those out. They're on Netflix.
Love Jessica Jones. It was great. Let's head over to the DC universe.
Let's take a walk. Let's take a stroll
Let's take a stroll over there.
to the DCU with Batman v Superman coming out next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
As Sam, you know, myself, I'm a huge Batman fan.
As you know, I'm a huge Superman fan.
That is true. So who do you think's gonna win?
I'm gonna have to go with Superman on this,
Oh, cool.
Jeremiah.
That's a big surprise. And obviously, I'm going to go with Batman. This movie looks incredible. Zack Snyder directing.
That did a great job with Man of Steel. Definitely a little bit of a different take on Superman and the DC universe, but I think it's a good thing. We've seen some of these characters already on screen, and it's trying to be doing something new. But I think he's just taking these characters to another level of godlike appearance.
Yes.
It's like these aren't just heroes; these are gods living in our world, and I think that's Batman's big thing. Is that how do you respond to people who have the ability to wipe out the world? As we've seen in the trailer, they've been talking about that.
Batman has no superpowers, and he's faced with this new dilemma of a godlike being, which is Superman. And how is that gonna? What do you even do if you're Batman? You know,
He's Batman. I don't think he cares. He's just gonna go for it. He's gonna pull out all the gadgets, all the stops, and just unleash everything that he has.
Yeah. What is interesting is Superman is this is kind of like a new take on Superman, because in Man of Steel he actually kills Zod.
And we've never seen that before.
And we've never seen Superman kill someone before. So it's not even Batman v Superman, it's Batman v this new Superman, which I feel like in the trailers they're definitely pulling out the imagery is this dark Superman. And it's a lot darker and almost like scary at some points. Like, yeah, you got a bright costume, but you're looking kind of crazy, Superman.
Yeah.
You got a little weird look in your eye.
Right. And the question is he a savior for mankind, or is he going to rain down destruction in the end? And I think that's Batman's big question. And if he thinks for 1% chance that that's even possible, we have to do something about it. So I'm excited we're gonna see it this Friday. Already have tickets. We've had tickets for
we've had tickets for like a month, so that's something
gonna see
real.
it Friday night, center row, not the front, but
Right in the middle. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time.
best seats in the house. So I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be great. That's coming out this week. This weekend,
March 25th. I think there's earlier screenings happening. So for those of you who are lucky enough to sneak in those, good job.
Definitely want to know what you all think about that after it comes out. No spoilers. We don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Exactly. So something else happened this past week in the geek world. Mark Hamill. And we're actually in the DC universe right now, but we're bringing up Mark Hamill, which is pretty cool. Love Star Wars.
This is not a Star Wars announcement.
But we will be talking about Star Wars in the future.
Obviously.
Mark Hamill tweeted some photos about, he released a new little picture. And this picture is actually of Batman and the Joker, an animated version. And it's actually going to be a new DC animated film called Batman the Killing Joke.
And that's based off of a comic book, right?
That is based off a comic book. And no spoilers, but Joker does something very, very, very bad in it. A killing joke, if you will. A killing joke, if you will. And I'm super excited about this. Mark Hamill is going to be the voice of the Joker.
Reprising the voice of the Joker. He did the voice of the Joker in the Batman animated series.
Loved that as a kid.
Which was huge. Really defined the character, I think, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It was one of like the best kind of comic booky Jokers that we've gotten in a while. You know, the last one.
Well, the Joker before that was in the Michael Keaton Batman. So I think a lot of the character in either comic books or the animated movies or the cinematic movies was based, I think he influenced that a little bit with his voice and his take on the character.
Definitely. And Kevin Conroy is going to be coming back as the voice of Batman, one of my favorite voices, the same Batman from the animated series as well. So
I think they've been hearing fans for a while say, "Hey, we want you back," and and they're like, "Okay." And I think
I'm here for you.
For fanboys, this is it's just a great time. We're getting to see things that we've been wanting to see for a while.
Exactly. That does not have a release date, but
it does come out 2016. Comes out this year.
Should be out this year.
But this isn't the only DC Universe role that Mark Hamill has, is it?
He has. He's appeared on The Flash as
the Trickster. Which I didn't know much about the Trickster, but it doesn't matter. When he came on the screen as that character, the Trickster became one of my favorite villains in the Flash universe.
Yes.
His ability to step into that role as a villain, I just wasn't expecting. I mean, he's done the voice of the Joker, but on screen seeing him in this way, it was fantastic.
Yeah, and it's been so long since, we've seen Mark Hamill in almost anything since Star Wars.
Yeah.
Obviously that's the biggest thing he's known for. But seeing him on a TV show, and then not only that, but he comes out and homeboy can still act really, really good.
I'm like, why hasn't he been doing other things?
It's very hard to pull off a villain and not be cheesy,
right.
on TV or movies. But Mark Hamill he's been crushing the Trickster, and it's been awesome. But speaking of The Flash and crossovers, The Flash and Supergirl are crossing over now. What?
I'm looking forward to this.
They're not on the same network. How can that even be possible?
I think, we have Flash and Arrow. They're both on the same network, and they've been crossing over, which has been phenomenal to see that. We've all been wanting. I think they learned a little bit from Smallville. It's like we want to see them all together.
You had to throw a Smallville
I
in
did.
there, didn't you?
We're going to be talking about that on another podcast eventually. I was a big fan. I don't care what anyone else says. But this is interesting that they're the Flash CW, Supergirl CBS, that they're crossing over into each other's universe. I think Flash is appearing on an episode of Supergirl. That's what it is. And if you've
Yes.
been watching the Flash, they've been diving into the multiverse a lot. Earth 1, Earth 2. I don't know if Supergirl's Earth is going to be Earth 3 or not, but it's definitely not Earth 2.
Yeah, we still don't know what's going to happen with that, and that's going to be something that's super interesting. We don't really know if it's Earth 1, Earth 2, or a new Earth 3 or 4, or who knows.
Right.
I would love for it to be Earth 1, just in the same exact universe.
But they've already said that he's crossing over into a new universe and that he has to, without spoilers, he's trying to find his way back home. So, but still, I think it's going to be great. You know, Supergirl is the closest thing we have to Superman on the big screen right now, or on TV or anything other than Henry Cavill in the movies. So I think, do you think they're going to race?
I hope they race.
Like in the
Who would win?
iconic, who's going to win? Superman, Flash. Well,
They
now
did
it's-
release a promo image that was kind of the parallel of the Superman Flash comic book.
Right.
So they kind of gave props to that, which was pretty cool. So they definitely teased that there might be a race. And if there was a race, who would win? Because on an episode of Supergirl, Supergirl had to fly Jimmy Olsen somewhere, and he said, "You're a lot faster than your cousin."
Right. But just, I want to remind you that the Flash is the fastest man alive. Not saying Supergirl can,
Or is it Zoom?
run or fly really fast, but
Or is it Zoom right now? Because Flash can't really keep up with Zoom yet.
yeah, a lot of big questions around Zoom. If you're a fan of the Flash, it's been so good to watch. With bringing in the villain Zoom, who we've been learning. There's still so much mystery surrounding that character. So we've been in the middle of a break right now. We've taken a
Flash Arrow drought.
Yeah, I know. I'm so glad Daredevil came back because I've had nothing to watch. But it's Flash has been such a great season 2. So many great characters, and we're definitely going to be talking about Flash a lot more in our future podcasts. So please, we'd love to hear about what you guys think about Flash and Supergirl, and we're big fans of those shows, and we want to talk to you guys about them.
That comes. What? Do you know the release date on that?
I think March
episode?
28th is the Flash Supergirl crossover, and it is an episode of Supergirl, not an episode of Flash, and it is on Monday nights on CBS, I believe at 8:00.
Cool. All right. One other kind of crazy thing, and we're gonna jump out of the DC universe,
Out of the superhero universe.
out of the superhero universe.
A special announcement was made this week. Indiana Jones 5
What?
was just announced for summer 2019 with Harrison Ford reprising his role
Coming back.
as Indiana Jones and Steven Spielberg coming back to direct, which I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other.
I think Harrison Ford is just like, I'm getting old. I just need to crank these out as much as I can before
He
I die.
is Indiana Jones.
He is Indiana Jones. You can't recast that role and expect it to be the same. It's not. So I think I'm looking forward to this. I'm a big fan of the original trilogy. I know my dad was. We used to watch it growing up. I thought episode 4, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I thought it was good. I know a lot of people had some issues with it, though, because it touched on aliens.
The whole alien thing.
And the original trilogy really delved into the supernatural, which I think a lot of people could relate to or were really, it piqued their interest. So I know people weren't huge fans of the direction they took, but I am hoping in this new installment, this new movie coming out, that they're going to get back to their roots.
I would love that. Absolutely love that.
I mean, no information has been released about what the movie is going to be about. Just a release date was announced with who's returning. I don't know if Shia LaBeouf's returning. That'll be interesting. Who plays his son in the movie. But none of that information has come out yet. So it's still summer 2019. That's a little bit of a ways away. But We have a lot to look forward to coming
I hope
up.
I hope they bring back Short Round. That's just me.
Short
Dr.
round?
Jones.
He'd be really old.
Yeah, or they could recast him, or he could be really old. I don't.
That'd be interesting if they did. Just pay tribute.
He was just so much fun. Bring back Short
Dr.
Round.
Jones.
Hashtag bring back Short Round.
Hashtag bring back Short Round. If you want to see Short Round in Indiana Jones 5, please hashtag
Bring back
bring back
Short Round.
Short Round. That'd be great. I think that's really funny.
Yes.
So I think that's all we have for this week on our Social Geek Scene podcast.
That is it. You've just heard the first podcast from the Social Geek Scene. We would love to hear your thoughts, your comments. Leave them in the comments below.
We'll see you guys next time.
We'll see you guys next time. Social Geek Scene, your scene for all the geek things.